What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and it looks like the New York Times or some media outlet hired a lip reader to figure out what was being said between Barack Obama and Joe Biden at a funeral the other day. And it's like a scene right out of a mob movie or like Casino or something like that. And they are exchanging very bad information about Kamala Harris. Two Democrats, Obama famously coming out and scolding black men, saying, if you aren't voting for Kamala Harris, you ain't black. Wait, that was Joe Biden. If you don't vote for Joe Biden, you ain't black. Using, the black community's self-identity against them. Then Obama came back out and said, the brothers, they really got to stop having a problem with women and come vote for Kamala. Which, of course, spectacularly backfired and only pushed more of the black community towards Donald Trump, where I think they would be best served anyway. But this new lip reading is absolutely wild, absolutely bonkers. I don't really know how else to kind of to put it out to you. I will say a quick reminder. I'm going to leave a link in the description below to our open Discord. We have about 7,000 members in our Discord. And then also ask you directly to consider joining as a member on thequartering.com. You get 2 to 3 members videos a week. So Melanie and I just recorded one. Luke Rodkowski and I did one last Friday. Sticks, Melanie, you get 2 to 3 every single week, only available on thequartering.com. You get bigger discounts on a lot of my sponsored goods. You get 20% off all Coffee Brand coffee purchases. So if you're a Coffee Brand coffee customer, the membership's basically free. 15% off Anton's, 30% off Sheath, and so many more by the end of the week. Also, access directly to me in a members only Discord where you can talk directly to me. So in the description, there'll be a link to join. I really, really hope that you'll consider joining this community today. And if you're not ready to join the members community, at least join the regular Discord and talk to 7,000 other people out there. Biden tells Obama, quote, she's not as strong as me. Ex-President Obama agrees. That's true at Ethel Kennedy's service. This is why you've seen behind the scenes where people are actually basically claiming / accusing, Joe Biden of sabotage, of sabotaging Kamala Harris. I think deep down that Joe Biden does have cognitive issues. I mean, just look at the guy. But I also believe he was told that he should step down because Kamala Harris had a better chance at winning. And that does not appear to be the direction. Now, there's still 25 days till the election. But just like Kamala's legs, the differential between Donald Trump and her are spreading widely at this point. You have Kamala Harris at just a 39.6% odds in the betting markets to Donald Trump's 60.3%. It is by far and away the highest, the biggest margin that he has held over Kamala Harris. That is 20 points. He now leads by 20.9 points. So call it 21 points in the betting market. Predict It, which had been largely more Kamala. This one has been shifting. Donald Trump now leads here by 8 points. If you look at Real Clear Politics, this is, if we look at the aggregate polling in RCP, again, this is a little more difficult because I think polling has been tough. Trump leads by a whisker, a cat hair in the battleground states, which means they could go anywhere whatsoever. If you look at the national poll, which is what I want, I want the national poll. I want Trump to win the popular vote, okay? A Fox News post taken today has Trump up 2 following a Marquette poll the day before that had Harris and Trump tied. Before that, an insane Marist post showing Kamala Harris up 5, which is insanity. And then Rasmussen at +1, which puts Harris at a 1.5 point lead nationally when Hillary Clinton had a 7-point lead this time in history. and Joe Biden had a 9. So Kamala Harris is trailing Hillary Clinton by 5.5 points, who lost the election, and she is trailing Joe Biden by 7.5 points, who barely won the election. Now, I want Trump to win the national vote. I want him to dominate. I want a sea of Trump ahead. But if you look at very recently, you had tie, then you had a bunch of pro-Kamala stuff. Trump eked out a 1-point lead in the latest Rasmussen poll. Marquette tied, Fox News tied. Again, it's Fox News, so who knows how they sampled. You see this again. Harris had led by as many as 2 here. She's never led by more than 2, it looks like. Nope, she has led it by 2.2. That's her biggest lead. But now, Trump is building ground, and she leads by just 1.5 points. With 25 days to the election, can Trump take the lead in the national polls? It's unlikely, but you never know. The more that Kamala Harris talks, the worse she does in the polls. Now you have Barack Obama speaking here at this event, shaking her head, saying, nope, she's not as strong as me. Here's what they said. Joe Biden and Barack Obama sparked speculation that they may have reached a secret verdict on Kamala Harris's chances in winning in the 2024 election. Were seen having an intense conversation at Ethel Kennedy's public funeral on Wednesday, and according to a lip reader, Biden said, quote, she's not as strong as me, before Obama replied, that's true. The exchange was captured on video and decoded by a professional lip reader, Jeremy Freeman. He told the Daily Mail that the two men appeared to be very supportive of each other in the talk, but the deciphered comments will only add to the intrigue about who exactly the two Democrats were discussing and whether it was Harris. Well, obviously it was Harris. Obviously. It came as an influential election forecaster, Nate Silver, declared the White House race is now in a pure toss-up territory, with Harris' previous advantage over Donald Trump crumbling. Trump is surging ahead in the betting markets. According to the lip reader, early in the conversation, Biden said to Obama, she's not as strong as me. Obama replied, I know that's true. We have time. Obama then said to Biden, no, that's not on, to which Biden replied, The former president added, I think it's important that we have time together. We'll take it at value. Biden appeared to say back to his predecessor, yeah, we'll get there in time. Obama then turned away from the camera and said something else to Biden, to which Biden responded, The conversation at the funeral was interrupted by Bill Clinton, who looked over at them and gestured toward the front of the cathedral. The public funeral, which was the first time Obama and Biden had been seen in public together since the president abandoned his re-election campaign and endorsed Harris. Not great. Not great. Joe Biden, Bill Clinton probably saw the cameras. Was probably like, guys, you're on camera. Like, bro, you're on camera. People are going to know what you said. The apparent candid assessment of Vice President Kamala Harris standing going into the November 5th election occurred Wednesday afternoon as America's two most recent Democratic presidents conversed at Ethel Kennedy's memorial service in Washington. She's not as strong as me, according to the translation, which was produced by analyzing on-video lip movements during the discussion. It's true, President Obama said, we have time. That's true, they have time. For what? Another attempt on Trump's life? I mean, I don't really know what in the heck they have time for, Although Harris's name was not included in the Freeman transcription, it's unclear to whom the conversation could have pertained. Freeman described the conversation as very supportive and said that he detected no tension between Obama and Biden, as he had been speculated in viral commentary due to Obama shaking his head at one point. Democrat sources were divided and asked about the translation, with some saying that they believe it was an honest take on the state of the 2024 election, others expressing such strong disbelief that they questioned the accuracy of the script. From the outset, there has been widespread concern that Harris was not a strong alternative to Biden. Remember, she couldn't win in the primaries. Not a single vote. Okay? who clearly was a sinking ship, so much that multiple House members floated the idea of an open convention, which is by what they should have done, or removing Harris from the ticket along with Biden. Democrats essentially robbed Peter to pay Paul, and now they're stuck with a less likable sinking ship. Biden spokesman Andrew Bates scoffed. A lip-reading expert? Do your usual right-wing soothsayers have the day off out of the office? Only President Biden and Obama know what was discussed, but that certainly wasn't it. It sure looked like it. Two former White House officials who were working to support Harris's candidacy, meanwhile, told the Post that they were stunned by the translation and doubted that it could have been accurate, with one urging, quote, a new lip reader, with the other saying, not even like Biden to say that. Harris, 59, childless, and loser, surged in the polls shortly after replacing Biden, who initially angrily refused to step aside as a Democratic candidate against former President Trump. Since then, she has slipped in critical swing state polling. RCP average have the polls of Harris trailing Trump in Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, North Carolina, and Pennsylvania. Come on, Wisconsin, you're letting me down. The Republican has outperformed polls in each of the past two presidential elections. Biden initially agreed. Now, I don't know if Trump will outperform polls. I don't know. All I can say is take a buddy, vote. Vote early in person. Also, go to thequartering.com, click this members only area, get in there tonight. I will be in there hanging out with all of you tonight. Can't wait to see you. We've got some cool Halloween stuff going on, pumpkin carving, costume contests. It's a community, not just a chat room. And of course, you can check out the nearly 15 members only videos that are constantly getting updated 2 to 3 times a week that are only available on thequartering.com as well. And we'll talk to you again real soon.